Title IX mean to you?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. You're hitting me. I just walked in. You're hitting me with that. Title IX obviously wouldn't be here without the trailblazers that paved the way for all of us. I was really lucky to go to the University of Iowa, where Dr. Christine Grant, paved the way, and for many female athletes, for the University of Iowa, for so many, and she was a trailblazer, and she passed away recently. So we were a big Dr. Christine Grant fans. And it was really hard-hitting when she passed away, but, it made us really appreciate everything that she did so much more, and it's made us appreciate, Title IX and all of these events even more. So it means the world. I can't really express my admiration for all of the women who have come before us and sacrificed so much for us to have these really cool things that we do now.
Title IX changed the game. Without it, generations of female athletes wouldn't have had the opportunities they do today. One of the biggest pioneers of this movement was Dr. Christine Grant, a true trailblazer who fought tirelessly for women's sports at the University of Iowa and beyond. Her legacy remains deeply felt, and her impact continues to inspire athletes across the country. Fast forward to today.
Foul call on Angel Reese. Kate Martin will shoot one shot for 2 points.
And we see the intensity, passion, and sheer talent of women's basketball at an all-time high. One of the most electrifying matchups in recent memory took place between Kate Martin and Angel Reese, a battle that transcended the game itself. This wasn't just another showdown. It was personal, fueled by history and unfinished business. Ever since their unforgettable clash in the LSU Iowa Championship, fans had been waiting for this rematch, and it did not disappoint. From the opening tip, the atmosphere was electric. Martin came out with a mission, making it clear she wasn't holding back. On the other side, Reese met the challenge head-on, determined to prove she was still a dominant force. Adding to the drama, a surprising coaching decision left Lexie Hull, who had been outstanding in the previous game, stuck on the bench. It was a choice that had everyone talking. The game delivered on all fronts. At one defining moment, Reese charged toward the basket, confident and ready to add another highlight to her reel. But just as she leaped, Martin exploded into the air, swatting the ball away with authority. The crowd erupted, and one fan's voice rang out, "Kate just sent Barbie back to the bayou." It was a light-hearted but powerful moment that summed up the intensity of the night. For a split second, Reese, usually overflowing with confidence, looked stunned. It was a reminder that in basketball, nothing is guaranteed, and no player is untouchable. Meanwhile, the Laces took the court facing an uphill battle. Missing two of their top players, Alyssa Thomas and Jackie Young, they were forced to compete with only 4 players suited up. Most teams would have crumbled under the pressure, but not the Laces. Instead, they used adversity to fuel them, putting on a masterclass in teamwork and resilience. Kayla McBride and Tiffany Hayes stepped up, their chemistry and execution flawless. Every play, every pass, every screen was a testament to their preparation and trust in each other. On the other side, the Roses struggled to find their rhythm, looking disconnected and unprepared for the level of competition they were facing. This game wasn't just about talent, it was about grit, preparation, and rising to the occasion. Moments like these remind us why we love sports. It's not just about the final score. It's about
into the draft. I was like, I want to fresh start. I did everything I wanted in college. Like, I got all the experiences. I feel like obviously I can get better, but I want to go to the next level and get better. Like, I'm playing against some of the best of the best, and I think that's the best way for me to level up where I'm at and what I can do. So coming into the league, I kind of knew what I was capable of doing off of just will. Like what I knew, I could rebound. I knew regardless I can rebound, and whatever else comes with it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's what I did my rookie year. I'm like,
you could do too much passing, too much shooting, too much dribbling.
Yeah.
Ain't no coach gonna tell you did too much rebounding. You know what I'm saying? And you have a knack for the ball, and you always have. But yeah, that first year, you just
figure it out.
You just
figured
it out.
Yeah.
About the stories, the rivalries, and the heart behind every play. In the world of basketball, there's a line between confidence and overthinking. Some players can rebound all day and never get told they're doing too much. But when you've got a natural gift for the game, it shows. Take Reese, for example. She came in with so much promise, but after a tough block from Martin, something changed. Suddenly, she was second-guessing every move, and the intensity that had once defined her game was gone. The first few minutes had been promising. She scored 4 points quickly, but soon, everything unraveled. The fouls piled up, and instead of playing free, Reese was playing scared, afraid.
So Max and I do a lot of fun drills to get warmed up, like that balloon drill. You'll see a lot of frisbee drills, and then we'll get into a lot of movement right after all of that, and then we get into the basketball stuff. So we work on a lot of off-the-move, dribbling into shots, quicker release, things like that. And then we always go into our weight session afterwards.
Making another mistake. And the opposition took notice. The Laces swarmed her on every possession, forcing her into tough shots and creating turnovers. By halftime, it was clear. Reese was shaken. This game was supposed to be her shot at redemption, but instead, it was quickly turning into a nightmare. Now, on the other side, there's Martin. While Reese was struggling, Martin was thriving. She was everywhere, snatching rebounds, playing defense like a beast, and delivering perfect passes. She wasn't just playing, she was dominating. Every time Martin outplayed Reese, the fans at Venice Beach erupted in cheers. The energy was palpable, and it was clear that Martin wasn't just there to play. She was there to prove a point. She wasn't just a sidekick anymore. She was a leader in her own right, and Reese's team? The Roses were unraveling. The rotations were chaotic, the court spacing was non-existent, and their defense was, well, it was almost comical. The Laces were exploiting every weakness. It felt like the Roses were winging it, relying on instinct rather than any sort of strategy. Every time Reese touched the ball, she was swarmed by defenders, but the real surprise? Lexie Hull. Here's a player who just scored.
Reese gets the hands in, a little revenge on Martin. Shovel it, Hull, three, bottom.
19 points in 10 minutes in her last game and led her team to their only win that season. So, why was she sitting on the bench for most of this game? Just 3 minutes of playing time? Fans and former players alike were scratching their heads. Hull's brief time on the court showed she could disrupt the defense and spark some offense, yet she was benched again. It made no sense. There's been talk, too, about Angel Reese's rise to fame off the court. With all the attention on her social media presence and brand deals, some are questioning if she's focusing too much on chasing viral moments and not enough on refining her skills. Jason Whitlock even went as far as calling her the most unskilled basketball player in history. While that might be a bit extreme, it raises a valid point. Has her newfound fame become...
Of course, you got the matchup today against Caitlin Clark and the Fever. You two have had memorable matchups on the floor in college. Her days at Iowa, your days at LSU. How would you describe the evolution of this rivalry now that you guys are both at the professional level?
I think all the rookies have done a great job being able to elevate and go to the next level, allow it to translate. I think we've all done a great job, especially me and Caitlin, being able to have so much publicity come to the league and come to the game, and so many people are watching the game. I mean, this is long overdue. I mean, these women of the league that I've been watching for a really, really long time, they deserve
a distraction. And as Hull sat out and Reese struggled, the Roses were in a tough spot. It's a big question. Has Reese's social media fame hurt her game? There's no doubt she has the talent, but if she doesn't focus and put in the work, these challenges will continue. As for Kate Martin, this game was a turning point. No longer just the sidekick to Caitlin Clark, Martin proved she could lead the team on her own. As for Reese, well, this game was a reminder that talent alone isn't enough. You've got to put in the work and stay focused.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
As for Reese, well, this game was a reminder that talent alone isn't enough. You've got to put in the work and stay focused. And let's not forget Lexie Hull. She's a star in the making, and it's baffling why she's not getting more time on the court. So, what do you think? Are we giving Angel Reese too much credit? Is Kate Martin the next big thing in basketball? And why is Lexie Hull sitting on the sidelines? Drop your thoughts. Title IX changed the game. Without it, generations of female athletes wouldn't have had the opportunities they do today. One of the biggest pioneers of this movement was
With the 18th pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Las Vegas Aces select Kate Martin.
Dr. Christine Grant, a true trailblazer who fought tirelessly for women's sports at the University of Iowa and beyond. Her legacy remains deeply felt, and her impact continues to inspire athletes across the country. Fast forward to today, and we see the intensity, passion, and sheer talent of women's basketball at an all-time high. One of the most electrifying matchups in recent memory took place between Kate Martin and Angel Reese, a battle that transcended the game itself. This wasn't just another showdown. It was personal, fueled by history and unfinished business. Ever since their unforgettable clash in the LSU Iowa Championship, fans had been waiting for this rematch, and it did not disappoint. From the opening tip,